Hello everyone. Today we discuss the topic called pointers. Okay, the name of the topic is pointers. So, as we are learning C++, in the C++, the pointers are the powerful concept. Okay, so these are the very powerful concept. Okay, pointers are the powerful concept in C++, because as we declared in the normal declaration of variable and the declaration of pointer, because in the normal declaration of variable we will just define with the data type and the name of the variable, but in the pointer we are using with the symbol and the address. Okay, so that's why it is gives you the more powerful with the C++ language. Okay, so when you go to the pointers, there are some advantages. When you go to the pointers, we should know what are the advantages of this. Okay, so what are the advantages of pointers? So as we are learning the pointers, there is one very important advantage, that it is possible to write efficient programs. Okay, it is possible to write efficient programs. So when you compare with the normal, so when you are using the pointers, it is very efficient to write the programs. And second very important advantage is the memory utilization is very properly. Okay, so memory is utilized properly, because here there will be no space of the memory that it will be lost or it will be not used. So that's why memory is utilized properly. And the third advantage, dynamically allocate and deallocate the memory. Dynamically allocate and deallocate. Allocate and deallocate. Okay, means here adding and deleting. So allocating means you have to allocate, that you are adding, and deallocate means deleting from the memory. So dynamically you can do adding and deleting from the memory. That is also very useful advantage. And another one, it is very easy to deal with your hardware components. Easy to deal with hardware components, as we are using so many hardware components in the system. So for that it is very easy to deal with that. Okay, and there is a last one, there is a fifth one advantage, it is establish the communication. It uses the communication between your program and the data. Okay, establish the communication between okay, so what program you are writing and what data is there. Okay, programs and data. So these are the 5 advantages of pointers, as it is possible to write some efficient programs and memory is utilized properly, and you can use dynamically allocating and deallocating the memory, and it is very easy to deal with your hardware components, whatever present the hardware components in the system, and it will be gives the communication between your programs and the data. So these are the 5 advantages of pointers. So as we are discussing the concept of pointers, so what is the definition tells about the pointer? So you should know what exactly the definition of the pointer. So as a pointer is a variable, you are giving it as a variable that gives you give the memory address, okay, that holds the memory address, usually the location of another variable in the program. Okay, so as the definition of the pointer tells you, okay, what is the definition of the pointer is, a pointer is a variable. We can call it as a variable. What it will do, that holds the memory address, that holds the memory address. So usually the location, whatever the location you are giving, the location of the another variable in the memory. Okay, usually the location of another variable in the memory. So this is the basic definition of the pointer, as pointer holds the memory address. Very important, it holds the memory address. Okay, and how exactly you can declare the pointer? Okay, so how to declare the pointer? We call it a declaration. Okay, declaration of pointer. So there is a syntax, as normally you are declare the variable. Here we are declaring with a data type, and there is a symbol. This symbol is called the pointer variable. Okay, then variable name. Give the semicolon. So this is the basic syntax to declare the pointer. As data type, so any valid data type you can write. Okay, it is any valid data type. So as integer, we have float, we have character, so you can write any valid data type. Okay, and variable name, so as it is name of the pointer variable, name of the pointer variable, you can define the variable name. And here this indicates that it holds the, it is a pointer variable. Okay, indicates the pointer variable. So normally if you define with the variable declaration, that is data type and variable name. Okay, so but here we are using the symbol that gives you the declaration of pointer variable. Okay, so when you write the example, as you can write the example for this, the data type, you can use any data type. Okay, and with the symbol, that is, and with the your any variable name. So you can use, as I told you, any valid variable, you can variable and the data type. Okay, so you can declare like this. So this is how you can define. Okay, so you can define the variable. This is the syntax to declare the pointer. Okay, so as integer is a data type, so this is the asterisk, we call it as, or we can call it as the indirection operator, we call it as. So it holds, it gives you the pointer variable, then the variable name. So you can use any data type for the your initialization of this declaration of pointer, that is data type with the symbol and the variable name. Okay, so this is the basic syntax to declare the pointer. So pointer, what it gives, it holds the memory address. Okay, that is the basic definition of your pointer. And we are using the, in the declaration we are using the symbol as indirection operator, we call it as pointer operator, or you can call it as a asterisk symbol. Okay, and when you go to the pointer variable, so it gives you the two operators you are using. Okay, one is address of operator you are using, and another one, as I told you, we are using the indirection operator. So there is one called the address of operator. Address of operator, that is the symbol is ampersand. Okay, that is the symbol of this address of operator. So what it will do is, this address of operator, it is a unary operator. Okay, it is a unary operator. As you know, this is the unary operator that returns the memory address. Okay, what it will do, that returns the memory address. Very important is memory address. If you want to return any memory address, so you have to use the address of operator, memory address of its operand. So this is the address of operator. We can call it as this one, not as ampersand. We can call this as address of operator. Okay, as example, so it gives you what? Returns the memory address. So whatever the address stores in the memory, that will be gives you from your memory. Okay, as integer, I declare integer is a data type and one variable with the number. Okay, then I will declare the pointer variable now, int star iptr. Okay, though as iptr is a pointer variable and I will give ampersand num, this will give the address of this 25, means where the address stores, okay, from the memory, it will use for the address of operator, okay, which gives you the address allocated in the memory. That is address of operator. It is an unary operator. So we cannot call it as ampersand, we can call it as address of operator. Okay, and as another one, that is very basic one, as we declared in the declaration of pointer, so that is also a unary operator. We can call it as a pointer operator. We can call it as pointer operator or indirection operator. Indirection operator, that is your this one asterisk. Okay, but we are not calling asterisk, we are calling it as pointer operator or indirection operator. Generally we call it as indirection operator. So it is also a which is your unary operator. That is, as you use the address of operator, so this indirection operator is also unary operator that returns the value. Very important is what? That returns the value. So your address of operator returns the memory address. So indirection operator returns the value of the variable. Value of the variable. So very important, you should remember. So what the address of operator gives you? The memory address, and the indirection operator gives you the value of the variable, where the located at the address. Located at the address. So where it will be located, what you are giving, the address specified by its operand. Address specified by its operand. So as generally we declare again here int num is equal to 25. So here integer, this is your pointer. So this will be what it will hold. It holds the, returns the value. Okay, returns the value of the variable. Okay, so you are using again this with your address. Okay, so here gives you the indirection operator, gives you the, returns the value of the variable, and address of operator gives you the memory address. Okay, returns the memory address of its operand. So these are the two operators we are using, unary operators we are using in the pointers. Very important, that is address of operator gives you the memory address of its operand, and the indirection operator gives you the, returns the value of the variable. So as we discussed what is a pointer and what are the advantages of pointer, how to declare a pointer, so that is data type with indirection operator and your variable name, as we written the example. Okay, and how exactly we can define with the different data types, and also two operators, that are unary operators we are using in the pointers, that is address of operator and the indirection of operator. Okay, so today we discuss as pointer advantages and the operators and the declaration. In the next class we will discuss brief introduction how exactly the memory allocation will be happen in the, through the pointers in the arrays. Okay, thank you very much.